Okay. All right, there we go. Market open. A little bit of a gap down. We tried going higher overnight. We peaked the high of yesterday and then started falling. I thought this was encouraging, and then I woke up and saw this. I'm like, oh, that's fun. So yesterday we had a little bit of a distribution day. Let's kind of see what's working today. CAR, LOPE, INSG up a little bit, ZTO up a little bit, Starbucks. Most of these are flat. Looks like I'm a little heavy to the downside here in terms of stuff. Imid, Team, MJ, SQ. So we're neutral to down this morning is what it looks like. So MJ, Paycom, ZTO now down a little bit more. Yesterday was a decent distribution day. Had more volume on the previous day, but failure into new highs is never a good thing. SIVB as well. So it did go into new highs yesterday. Volume was pretty low though, and today we're a little higher. We'll see how that plays out today. So the market's looking a little bit toppy up here. So we've kind of been stuck in this channel for a while, and what I've been noticing looking at the charts yesterday is that we kind of have a little bit, it's sloping over just a little bit, so we may be kind of reaching an apex here, and we may be starting to go into pullback territory. We haven't completely broken through this 200, excuse me, haven't completely broken through the 200-day here. You can see the closes have all been below it. It's nothing but wicks. So there is some distribution up there. Okay, SIVB coming up a little bit. Market not really happy today with that. I think there's some China trade talks coming up, things of that nature. Maybe dropping just a little bit here. What do we got at the top here? Loeb, Car, INSG, MJ up, Amarin up. Oh, ZTO turned positive pretty quickly. That's good. Square positive. NBev, Starbucks. Still have Chegg, Lilly down today. All right, hold on a second. Hey, James, and close my door, Bugs. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, you can play it. That's Ethan's learning game. All right, so bouncing back a little bit.
How do you get out of this?
Hold on a second, guys. And we're back down towards lows. Sorry, guys, I'm doing some multitasking this morning. I'm trying to get some stuff done and trying to get some programming stuff done. Looking for some help from a guy. Lilly, Paycom, Starbucks, MJ, Meg, Goose. Looks like things dropped off again. SQ, Garmin, Paycom, ZTO dropped lower again quickly. Okay, so that's not very good. NBev, SIVB down 0.58%. Nothing broken in many of these. VIP Shops looks like it got broken on earnings last night. This is why you dip out before earnings right there. Even after a good day, as decent as yesterday looked, there was some distribution, but it looked pretty good. You still want to bow out. EDU took it on the chin. I did take a position in EDU yesterday, so that's not a good thing. That was also a good-looking day, but no earnings. So it looks like just a reason to distribute. Maybe there is some China concerns. JP Morgan downgrades. Oh, that's like a month ago. Or 2 weeks ago. James? That's not learning. Do a learning lesson.
Well, you did. You let me.
What?
You just let me start over.
Oh, sorry guys. Heck of a day this morning. Market and my kids are cranky. And they're making their dad cranky. What's up, Eli? Everything in my house is red too. Well, not everything is red. It's not all bad, but we're definitely heading in the wrong direction this morning. Which is fine. We haven't had a pullback. I mean, we're kind of due one. I was talking a little earlier how if you look at this, there's a slight curve to it. We could kind of be topping. No, that's James. Things have not been going good this morning. I may have to cut my stream to go be a dad. No, I took him off of his learning game because he wasn't learning. He wasn't doing the learning game. He was just doing the game part of the learning game over and over and over and over. So I took him off of it. And then his older brother didn't get dressed for school, so he's standing there in his underwear playing. And then mom's yelling at him. It's fun. All right, so EDU getting his butt handed to it today. The market getting its butt handed to it today. On the daily, though, it's not like we're broken. Yeah, exactly. He's 4. He's already learned how to cheat the system. That's going to be fun. Yeah. And it doesn't help when mom's playing video games every minute she's home. So, I've got a lot to contend with these days. So what's green today? Bucking the market trend. And maybe not for very long if this kind of action continues. So on the overnight session here on the Qs, now there's going to be a little gap down on the actual Qs. This is the NASDAQ futures. You can see there we went higher in the overnight session. We'll have an outside day here with probably a downward close would be my assumption, which would be a little bit of a change and could cause us to have a much larger downtrend than we've had here, which is like 1 and 2 day bounces. 3 gamers. Yeah, basically, remove all games from the house. Go back to frickin' normal life. That's not going to be what I want, but you can see the curve there happening. An offline day. We try to do, yeah, yeah. Well, it's a Nintendo Switch, so it should be off screens day. It's not really offline. It's not an online game. Just as bad though. Just as bad though. What's working today? Lope. Big jump on earnings. For not a crazy beat, but they must have had some good stuff. Car up today. Oh wow, big gap up on Car. That's going to put Hertz. Yep, Hertz is right next to it. So you can see kind of triple bottoming right there. Trying to break this trend rate, trying to break this trend line that I've had drawn here for a while. So fun. INSG continuing the move out of the trend line right there. Very interesting. Good for INSG. INS bouncing a little bit. Acacia Communications continuing its little move. Here's looks like a, on the weekly kind of looks like a inverted head and shoulders or something. Not really. Maybe a cup with handle. 1, 2, yeah, it's a big cup with handle. So it's already broken at 5.6%. So a little bit past an entry point. Looks like earnings are coming up today after market. So save after yesterday's big drop. Looks like finding a little bit of support. THRM, Dorm, Data, CDNA holding up very nicely here. Again with earnings coming out here pretty soon. 3-6, couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Winnebago continuing after moving out of this little base and slow. I mean, look at the volume. They're pretty steadily heavy. That's pretty good action in Winnebago. So a nice pullback on Winnebago should be an entry point. Or consolidation. Stone continuing. It's had a little bit of a move here this week. Boom, boom, boom. Look at yesterday's volume. Awesome. So that should kind of cause a mini top. I don't know if it's going to pause and pull back, or if it's just going to slowly go up in much lower volume. But that's really good volume in Stone. Nova, AMC. AMC getting over a little bit of a base right there, coming up pretty good. VMW looks like it's back in the greens. Oh, did it ever leave the greens? My goodness. Wow, look at that thing. Right into earnings too. It's coming up 228. So was the next, okay, a week from today. I should have been able to do that math. Manitowoc's been looking pretty good. I missed the boat on that one, but we were looking at that one. I did like that after earnings. I really like that. Looks like NASDAQ taking on the chin again. Undercutting yesterday, coming up to the 10-day moving average, which is at 7,002. Some more stuff's popping up here. VMJ, Goose, AMED. Just talked about Manitowoc. So the market's not selling off in mass, but it's we're due a pullback in some names for sure. Paycom up here, Starbucks, Amarin, ZTO, basically flat. Lilly, I don't know. I still have my Lilly position, but I've been thinking about selling it the past couple of days. Meaning I probably should just sell it. It's had heavy volume here for a while, and it just hasn't moved, which is usually a sell signal. But we're kind of holding tight now we've been holding very tight up here. I don't know what the volume has gone into Lilly, but it's a small position, so I don't know. It's a little weird. But yeah, Lilly with tons of volume after earnings. Look at that. Just buku volume. And it looks pretty bullish. There is a little bit of distribution, mind you. SIVB down 1.2% now. Still kind of in line with moves of the past, so, and NASDAQ taking on the chin. Volume increasing on this most recent drop-off. You can see right there on the 5-minute chart. Today's going to be an elevated volume day. Definitely a distribution day today, the way it's looking so far. Unless it reverses all the way up. It looks like it's going to be distribution day. EDU getting a little bit of a bottom, getting some bottoming here. Already pulling back. That's good. So, looks like some distribution. Seems logical after such a huge run off of the lows here. I mean, really off the lows, we've got it almost 20% run in the NASDAQ. Sounds like some profit-taking time. ACB price alert on my phone. Let's go take a look. Whoops. That's an MJ stock. Bam, right there. Bye, babe. Does Ethan got his stuff? All right, ACB. I just had an alert on that one. I don't have a trade set up for it, though. ACB. 221. So I'm starting to write down. I'm starting to kind of log my daily, those thoughts you were talking about, Eli. I'm starting to try to log those. What are you doing? Let me see. You need some water? Here's some water. All right, so let me look up some ACB stuff. You swishing it around? I mean, what would be a good target here for ACB? Like, you know, just going back to the highs here. So we got MJ up here, so there should be some MJ stocks up here. We got Cron up 3%. We have, I don't think I have ACB highlighted, but it's obviously up here, 2.38%. So, yeah, it's right there. ACB, Cron. What else? I'm sure there's a couple up here. James, chill, Bugs. Yeah, ACB isn't pretty bad for March 22nd. 6.5. Your break even at 750. That's not bad.
Daddy.
Yes, James. Hold on. All right, looks like the market started taking a little bit of a beating there. And definitely a high volume sell candle there on that 5-minute bar. We just saw this kind of chug down lower. Doesn't look like we're getting a lot of buying here. Eli did message me yesterday saying that he was seeing some spikes yesterday. You can see here we had elevated volume on this little sell-off right there. And had a little bottoming candle and a little run-up, but definitely dwarfed by the selling pressure coming into the market right now. What they did overnight is they basically bought it up so they could sell it up overnight, or they used that opportunity to sell it overnight. But right now, looking like we may be heading for a much lower close. The way this is setting up, looks like we're set to overtake the 10-day moving average. Or I mean, that's what these little consolidations do typically. Is they'll set you up, and then if they break lower, that momentum out of that base is used to break that moving average or some other technical line. ZTO's back up in the positive. INS, INSG, AMRN, Starbucks, Paycom, both flat. Chegg flat, VMW a little under flat. And there's Lilly down 0.61%. There's lots of volume. I'm not sure what's going on with that Lilly. Trying to figure it out, but I'm a little stumped. It means I probably should just step aside. I think I may have... No, I was going to exit yesterday, but yesterday was looking really good, so I didn't. Man, these Lilly options are crazy. 10% Shen. Oh, what's Shen doing? I do have a position in Shen. Yesterday was looking pretty good. Good close, low volume. Today, negligible volume. I think I'll hold on to this one so far. Market could turn around. That's not the end of the world there. EDU. Yeah, got clipped on that one. It's down 37% overnight. That's a big move, though. Oh, EDU, come all the way back. Look at that. Look at that. That's good. I like that coming back so quick. Hopefully it'll hold there. See, that's the other part. It can come back, but here's the 5-minute on EDU. Look at that, one big 5-minute candle. And then the rest is coming back. Lower volume, a little bit of elevated right there. Getting going. Ideally, it'll break that. I mean, if it were super strong, it would continue going. There is a little bit of distribution up here, so I guess I can't be too surprised that it has a downside move. But it was looking really good. We did break a low, but we came back pretty quick. Ideally, it'll hold up here. That would be the best thing. If we return back to the lows, then this may end up kind of rounding over, and maybe we don't get a breakout here out of EDU, but we'll see what happens with that one. He's DPC, so. Oop. ZTO climbing a little bit. I really like the volume out of ZTO. Yesterday's was elevated, but less than the previous day's volume, which was pretty much a full green candle. So that's pretty good. And we had decent volume coming up, if I recall correctly. So ZTO doing okay. INSG. INSG's just been in fuego. I mean, really coming out of here, it's just been doing super duper. Goose, TMRN. So I would probably use days like this to, if you have a stock that you really like that's doing a pullback, try to find if it's lower volume, make sure it doesn't break any ranges, things of that nature. Like Huya here could be a good example. Huya could be a great example to get involved. If you missed yesterday's move, look at that move. That was up 9% yesterday, pulling back 4% today. The number sounds scary, but so far the volume is pretty light. I mean, we're only 30 minutes into the session. Yesterday we had 5 million shares. Today we've got 800,000, and that should drop off pretty quick. But this may be a good place to pick up something like Huya if you're looking lower. If you're looking for some pullback buys. But again, with the market a little toppish here, you know, times like this when you have these days, we still could go down for a few days and then bounce back up. This could just be day one of a few consolidation days. So you got to kind of pick your poison, I guess, if you're doing this, or maybe you just wait it out, see what the market does for the next couple of days, and then see how these stocks react. But stuff like that HUYA stock, that's a good example of a pullback you might be interested in buying, lower volume, things like that. Like Twilio could be a good one. Coming all the way back down, retracing yesterday's move. Some distribution at the high yesterday. EDU could have been another example, but it's already kind of, looks like it's already fallen over a little bit again. Wait and see what that one does. It's already retraced all the way back up. You don't want to buy it here. You would want to buy it lower, but you have to have, a good rationale for why it's going to run. Tilray, let's see how that ended up yesterday. Pretty good yesterday, and then today, kind of undercutting a little bit like HUYA right there. This is kind of a pullback play. It's been basing for a while. It's got that pop yesterday and the day before. GDS, if you're interested in GDS, another one potentially. And that closed flat. That's definitely a stalling day. I would probably try to avoid that one. That's probably not one I would jump into. But yeah, if you're looking at some of these trades, go ahead and wait for them to some of these pullback ones. IDXX. Here's a decent example of one that wouldn't be too bad of a lower risk entry. But again, if you want to wait and let the market sort itself out, I don't mind that either. There'll always be trades after the market has sorted itself out. You don't have to trade right now. But some of these pullback situations, at least, recently, have been, in this whole run, any pullback has been a great opportunity to buy stocks for some pops. And that may continue in the future here. Square down 1.5%. Okay, 2 down days in a row. Looks like with lows. Haven't had that for a little bit. A little bit of change in behavior. Failure to go into new highs. Elevated volume yesterday. So a little bit of distribution. Looks like earnings is coming up. That's probably what's causing it. Was that Monday? Oh, that's Wednesday. So Wednesday earnings on Square. So yeah, maybe a little more caution is warranted here. Let the market show you what it wants to do, find some definitive bottoms, and then stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna bounce, guys. My little 4-year-old, since he's not doing screen time today, we're gonna do some reading games. Hertz on the weekly, trying to break that tight range. We talked a little bit about that. Earnings coming up again, 225. Last time we talked about Hertz was on both of these gaps up on earnings, and then they stalled out going into highs and then rolled over. Maybe this time will be different. We'll see. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. And, stay safe out there with the market getting a little choppy right now. All right, guys, bye-bye.